showrunner of True Detective Dark Country, Isa Lopez. Reis, and Jodie Foster. Isa, let me start with you. You were specifically invited by HBO's head of drama, Francesca Orsi, to pitch this idea. Oh my God, where do you start on that pitch?
That was exactly my question. I get that call. And I was at the time working in several fantasy and horror projects, but I always wanted to do a whodunit. So I've been playing with the idea, and I thought that setting a whodunit in the Arctic would be very cool. And then I got the call. And I was like, well, on the Arctic. And I thought it was perfect because the setting of True Detective, the tradition that was set by the first 3 seasons, is all about where it happens. But each of the settings is completely different. And it's still a piece of Americana. And I thought of Alaska. And the rest came with Alaska. The Arctic Research Station, the 2 female characters, because we had seen male characters throughout the whole 3 seasons before. So it was a great opportunity to revisit the feeling and the mythology, but with a different lens, in a different place.
Was it your call to do it with women, or was it HBO's?
It was mine, but I could see... It was mine. I could see in their eyes that that's exactly what they wanted. But what else are we going to say from the male perspective on True Detective? It was done such in depth and so much and so well that I had nothing to add in that, while I had a lot to say.
If you can think back to that first day, I'm so eager to hear, what were your first impressions of one another? Jodie, I'm going to start with you. What did you think of Kaylee when you first laid eyes on her? What was your thoughts?
Go on.
Well, I had seen, Isa had sent me a tape of hers, and I think that was my first meeting, really. She just jumped off the screen, and it was an immediate, yes, 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 how can we make this happen? So that was my first connection with Kaylee, and then we didn't really meet until we met there, right? We didn't meet until we got to Iceland.
No, the first day we met was the first rehearsal.
Oh, that's right.
Yes, it was.
Right. That's right.
And my first thought was like, oh my God, it's Jodie. Wow, she's a lot shorter than I thought. That was my thought, but I was like, immediately after the whole, the starstruck kind of left my body in like 30 seconds. It was just really cool to have somebody that was so excited to tell this amazing story. And I was excited to learn from both of these women, so it was really...
I think what I found initially in that first one is that Kaylee's a very good student. I think of myself as a very good student, not as an actor, weirdly. I do a lot of work on the script, and then I just kind of show up. But Kaylee, if you ask Kaylee a question, she's got like 40 pages of answers in there, and I was like, damn, I've never thought of that.
So. We talked about this. I called you and asked what it was like working with them. I think you said one was more sort of asks of you to do TV over the years. Maybe a Walking Dead, maybe a Game of Thrones prequel. Why this? Why this show?
Well, I have wanted to come back to TV. I hadn't done television, I think, since the 70s. But as a director, I have. So I've come back and done a bunch of different things. I worked on Orange is the New Black and House of Cards and Black Mirror and a couple of other things. And I wanted to find exactly the right thing. I wanted it to be a limited series, of course, because I still love this sort of cinema genre and the anthology, the idea of an anthology. And I said no to a lot, and the second I read this one, it was a wholehearted yes, or at least it was like a maybe yes, let me meet this lady. And then I met Isa, and I was like, I'm in.
I get your take too when you first saw the body of male corpses.
It looked
very good.
That's amazing.
It was
like amazingly, disgustingly, just this ball of just flesh and just grossness, but it was fantastic. It was great.
And private parts.
Not impressive private parts.
Frost lingered on those.
It was cold.
I felt really sorry for Peter Pryor. Why was Liz so mean to him?
Because she loves him. Of course. I found that relationship really familiar. I don't even know why. I'm not even sure why, but I think Issa really hit on something. You know, she has this maternal feelings for him, and she sees potential in him, a potential that she would hope for herself and for somebody, you know, that she's bringing up as a mentor. And she thinks the way to get there, to get him to that, is tough love. And once again, she's totally unaware. So, and I do think that Peter understands that. He knows that she cares for him and that she loves him. And he doesn't have to hear a big "I love you" in order to get that.
I have to wonder, have you had a lot of folks come up to you, have different interpretations of what that, oh, please, tell me what you've heard.
My family literally longhand writes in notebooks questions, and I have people that ask, that's the first and probably the most common question I get a lot.
If she's alive, is that the
Yes,
question?
they want to know if she's alive or not.
Should we answer? Do you want to? Oh, gosh, okay.
I have to tell you guys, but now you will never know. Yeah, we don't know.
You know, that's the mystery. That's the great part of it. What you created, this masterpiece. It was on purpose, so it's up to y'all to decide.
Were you okay with that? Did it leave a little?
Well, I think that Issa had established throughout that the dead live among us, and that in that place of Ennis, but also in the Native American culture of those places, you embrace the dead people in your life, and they are part of this community and part of this village in some ways. And so I think that was really well established throughout. So it's not surprising when you get to the end and you're not quite sure whether is she dead or is she alive.